Hey everyone, it's a pretentious atheist here. I'm very excited to be getting into podcasting and vlogging. I'm an atheist, of course, and I feel like I'm obligated to talk about certain issues surrounding secular beliefs, atheism, science, social issues, and politics because there aren't enough atheists out there speaking about these issues and getting people interested. And after watching some of my favorite atheists rise and fall and rise again, I thought it'd be a bit of good fun to join them on their mission to promote atheism and critical thinking along with reason. Now, Now, most atheists get caught up in being politically correct and passive aggressive and whiny and not really spearhead our movement forward for the sake of not being offensive. I say, fuck that. If something is, ridiculously stupid, I'm going to say so without holding myself back or self censoring in any way, shape, or form. I think that's bullshit. Now, with that being said, let's talk about an issue that has been coming up quite frequently here in the U.S. and for the foreigners who are going to be listening in, here in the U.S. there's been an issue that comes up more often than not, and that is physical religious symbols in public. Now, these symbols can be, a statue or whatever, and these things have been the center of controversy in certain communities around the United States, mainly because atheist organizations like the Freedom from Religion Foundation, the American Humanist Association, and others have taken issue with these symbols, being erected in public places like our schools, government buildings, and so on. And the atheists are saying, enough. We're done with this. In some places, we the atheists have been victorious. We've launched many successful campaigns to get these symbols taken down. Sometimes it goes the other way, and you end up with the satanic statues next to Christian statues just to make a point. And as a result, we end up with this huge fucking mess, and nobody's happy. Now, there's a story developing in Georgia where a high school has erected a statue that has biblical quotes all over the damn thing, and the Freedom from Religion Foundation and the AHA have sent letters saying, hey, knock that shit off. And the response from the school staff has been pretty good, to say the least. Now, the school at the moment is exploring options to either alter the statue, get a new one, or do away with it altogether. Now, in my opinion, I think that's great. We've clearly gained some ground on this issue, and from the looks of it, we might prevail. But this video isn't about the outcome of the statue's fate. It's about the response this sort of thing generates. I'm tired of seeing the typical response from the typical ignorant dipshit Christian about how we, meaning the atheists, are pussies. We get offended by everything. We get offended so easily, and we need to get over it because we don't even believe in the baby Jesus thing. So like, why are we even offended in the first place? Well, first off, I'm also sick. Before I continue, I am also sick of the apathetic, passive aggressive, overly politically correct atheists saying we're wasting our fucking time on trivial matters and that we should leave the religious people alone because somehow we're just as bad as them, even though that isn't fucking remotely true. First off, Christians, there is not a goddamn thing you people can do that'll offend me or most atheists. You just can't do it. We'll get a little upset when Christians get, preferential treatment in this country, but don't think for a second your stupid statues are offending us or hurting our feelings, because they're not. It's upsetting that local, state, or federal government bodies erect these statues or religious symbols in public favoring one religion over, competing philosophies in the first place. Yeah, that's a little upsetting, but it isn't fair that Christian symbols get to be erected, but competing religions or people who lack religious beliefs get left out. It sets a dangerous precedent that our government is a Christian one when it isn't. It's just not so. That's not reality. If you read the Treaty of Tripoli, a historical document written in the 1700s, which I'll link in the description below, our founding fathers stated in unison that our country is not a Christian nation. You can't lie to the people anymore and say things like our nation is Christian, because people like me will call you on it, and we're going to state the obvious, and that is that you're wrong. You will always be wrong. You're on the wrong side of history. You're on the wrong side of these issues, and you should be ashamed of yourself for stooping so low and engaging in these pathetic smear tactics and just trying to force your shitty ideas and philosophies onto everybody else. And also, shame on you for allowing the government to violate the constitutional rights of people who lack faith or have a competing faith against a Judeo-Christian myth. Now to the atheists who disagree with people like me because they say I'm too militant. You should reconsider your position and consider helping us and being a part of the solution, not the problem. Sure, it seems trivial to argue about statues and symbols in public. That puts religion on a pedestal, but the truth is, if we allow these assholes to take an inch, they'll end up taking a mile. This is very, very clear and has been demonstrated by Christians in the Hobby Lobby case, where they won that infamous Supreme Court case, and ever since then they've been trying to take it a little bit further each time. That's a whole different video. I'm not even going to get into that. But these small conflicts between secularists and Christians who violate the separation of church and state get a lot of media attention, and it exposes a lot of people to our side of the argument, the correct point of view, the point of view that isn't really advertised on the mainstream. It isn't popular. It's not favorable. With the establishment media, we're not bro-fisting with either the mainstream or the establishment. They fucking hate us, and our message doesn't get out. But when stories like this break out, it's a big fucking deal. I mean, seriously. We need that more than ever. And the only way we're going to accomplish anything is if we try. We owe it to so many brave atheist men and women who have died and suffered and gone through so many challenges in life, just so we can confront people who want to violate our rights and promote their bullshit to our children, our friends, and our communities. I'm looking at the bigger picture. You need to ask yourself, is the bigger picture not worth it? Is it not worth fighting for? Honestly. Are you honestly suggesting that we just sit on our hands while these Christians get to violate the separation of church and state and continuously belittle us? I mean, I'm at a loss of words here. How long can this go on? What happens when it doesn't stop at statues? And we know it won't stop there. What then? Who are we to blame? Them for doing it? Or us for allowing it? I think you know where I'm going with this. And I hope those that have tuned in can think critically about what I've said in this video. And all the information that I relayed to you will be in the comments section below. Good night and good luck.